Joanna Gaines is one of the most recognizable faces in home design and renovation. She was born Joanna Stevens in 1978 in Wichita, Kansas, but grew up in Texas, where much of her story would later unfold. Coming from a multicultural background with a Korean mother and a father of Lebanese and German descent, Joanna often credits her upbringing with shaping her perspective on design and family. As a child, she sometimes felt caught between worlds, not fully fitting in with her peers, and those experiences gave her empathy and a deep appreciation for identity and belonging. They also shaped her design philosophy, which has always leaned toward creating homes that feel warm, safe, and inclusive. She studied communications at Baylor University, where she developed an interest in media and storytelling. At the time, she thought her future would be in front of the camera, perhaps as a broadcast journalist. After graduating, she returned to Waco and opened a small boutique that sold home decor and design pieces. It was here that her natural sense for aesthetics began to show through. Customers loved her style, and what started as a small shop became the earliest foundation of her career. Her life took a dramatic turn when she met Chip Gaines. The two came from different backgrounds, but quickly discovered a shared vision for life, family, and hard work. They married in 2003, and soon after, they began buying and renovating homes in Waco. The early years were not glamorous. Money was tight, and their work required long hours, tough decisions, and plenty of trial and error. Yet their partnership was powerful. Chip's construction skills and fearless personality balanced Joanna's design instincts and thoughtfulness. Slowly, project by project, they built a reputation in Waco as a couple who could take even the most rundown home and give it new life. Those lean years prepared them for something bigger than they could have imagined. In 2013, HGTV introduced Fixer Upper, and everything changed. The show was an instant success, largely because of the couple's authentic chemistry and Joanna's signature design style. Her modern farmhouse look, shiplap walls, rustic wood, neutral tones, cozy functionality spread across the country almost overnight. Viewers were enchanted not only by the home transformations, but also by the love and teamwork between Joanna and Chip. By the time Fixer Upper ended in 2018, the Gaineses had become household names, and Joanna's influence in design had become a national phenomenon. But Joanna's story didn't stop at television. Outside of Fixer Upper, she and Chip built Magnolia, a sprawling lifestyle brand. Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco became a tourist attraction that drew millions of visitors each year. They opened restaurants, a bakery, launched product lines at Target, wrote best-selling books, and eventually partnered with Discovery to launch Magnolia Network. What started as a small boutique in Waco had turned into a multi-million-dollar empire with global reach. For Joanna, it was the culmination of persistence, creativity, and years of hard work. Yet, with immense success came scrutiny and controversy. One of the earliest bumps in their public image came in 2017, when Joanna and Chip were cited by the Environmental Protection Agency for not following lead paint safety regulations during home renovations shown on Fixer Upper. They settled the case with a fine of about $40,000 and committed to stricter compliance in the future. The incident was a reminder that even America's favorite TV couple could face accountability, and it introduced the first real dark cloud over their otherwise squeaky clean reputation. As their fame grew, so did criticism from some fans who felt that the Gaineses had drifted away from their relatable charm. Early episodes of Fixer Upper often highlighted modest homes with practical budgets, something ordinary families could aspire to. But in later years, projects like Fixer Upper, the Lake House featured luxury spaces with expansive windows, pools, and price tags far beyond what most viewers could dream of. Critics accused the couple of losing touch with the audience that had supported them from the beginning. Joanna's once fresh and authentic farmhouse style was also criticized for becoming overexposed. As shiplap walls and barn doors appeared in homes across America, some began to see her design influence as cliché. Another source of scrutiny came from their personal faith. The Gaineses have never hidden their Christianity, and for many fans, their faith is part of their appeal. But in the early years of their fame, reports surfaced about their church's traditional stance against same-sex marriage. This sparked backlash, with critics questioning whether the couple was inclusive. Years later, when their Magnolia Network featured a same-sex couple on the show Back to the Frontier, the reaction flipped. This time, conservative audiences accused the Gaineses of betraying their faith. Stuck between opposing camps, Joanna and Chip responded not with sharp defenses, but with calls for compassion and dialogue. Chip publicly wrote about the need to listen, ask questions, and show grace regardless of differing beliefs. The pressures of fame brought other challenges too. Rumors circulated about marital struggles, disagreements with HGTV executives, and tensions about the direction of Magnolia. Joanna herself admitted that criticism sometimes kept her awake at night. She has described it as painful when accusations misrepresent her character, particularly since she strives to live with kindness and authenticity. Fame, as she discovered, magnifies everything: success, mistakes, and every word spoken. On top of these challenges, Joanna faced the personal struggle of balancing motherhood and business. She and Chip are parents to 5 children, and raising them while running multiple businesses and living under the public spotlight has never been easy. Joanna has often spoken about the importance of reflection, though she admits it can be uncomfortable. She has acknowledged that there are moments when the demands of branding, public appearances, and family life feel overwhelming. In response, she and Chip have stepped back from television at times to refocus on family, though their projects never truly slowed down. These pauses revealed just how much they valued their roles as parents, proving that for Joanna, success would never mean sacrificing her home life entirely. Despite the controversies, Joanna Gaines continues to be admired for her resilience and honesty. She does not pretend to be perfect, and she has been open about her doubts and struggles. That vulnerability has made her even more relatable to fans who see not just a television star, but a real woman trying to balance love, faith, family, and business. Today, Joanna is far more than a designer. She is an entrepreneur, an author, a mother, and a cultural icon. Her story shows both the triumphs and the difficulties of building a life and brand in the public eye. The so-called dark side of Joanna Gaines lies not in scandal or deceit, but in the pressures, criticisms, and inevitable scrutiny that come with fame. She has faced fines, criticism for her design choices, and questions about inclusivity, but none of these define her. Instead, they highlight the complexities of being both a brand and a person. Joanna Gaines' biography is not a flawless fairy tale. It is a story of a woman who rose from humble beginnings, built an empire with her husband, and weathered storms of public criticism. It is about a person who continues to strive for authenticity while carrying the weight of expectation from millions of fans. The shadows that come with her fame are real, but they have not dimmed her light. If anything, they have made her shine more honestly as someone who is not just an HGTV star, but a wife, mother, and dreamer who has inspired millions by showing both her successes and her struggles.